You trusted them, you believed they were different, you thought your love could change them, and then you realized they were never going to change. You're left wondering, why would God allow this? If He loves me, why did He let someone like this into my life? The answer isn't what you think. God didn't send the narcissist, but He allowed the lesson. Here's what most people get wrong. God didn't orchestrate the narcissist's arrival to punish you. He allowed it because you needed to learn something about yourself. Proverbs 27:12 says, "The prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and suffer for it." God was trying to teach you discernment, and the narcissist was the classroom. You see, there was something in you before they arrived, something that made you vulnerable. Maybe it was people-pleasing. Maybe it was abandonment wounds. Maybe it was a deep need to be needed, to fix someone, to prove your worth through sacrifice. The narcissist didn't create that wound, they exploited it. And God allowed it because sometimes we don't learn until we're forced to, what God was teaching you. Lesson number 1, your worth isn't determined by someone else's opinion. The narcissist made you feel worthless. They criticized everything. Nothing you did was ever good enough. And suddenly you realized you were looking for approval from someone who was incapable of giving it. 1 Peter 3:3-4 says, "Your beauty should not come from outward adornment. Rather, it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sight." God was showing you that your value was never in their hands. It was always in His. Lesson number 2, boundaries aren't selfish. They're sacred. Before the narcissist, you probably didn't have boundaries, or you felt guilty for having them. If I say no, they'll leave. If I set a limit, I'm not being loving. Real Christians sacrifice everything. The narcissist taught you the hard way. Boundaries aren't walls, they're protection. Proverbs 25:28 says, "Like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control." God was teaching you that saying no is not rejection. It's self-respect, and self-respect is what God requires. Lesson number 3, you can't love someone into change. This is the hardest one. You stayed because you believed your love could fix them. You thought if you tried harder, sacrificed more, loved deeper, they'd finally see your worth and change. They didn't. And that wasn't a failure of your love. It was a failure of their choice. 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, "If anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old has gone, the new is here." Change requires surrender. It requires a choice to change. And the narcissist never chose that. God was teaching you, your love is powerful, but it's not a magic wand. And you can't want someone's healing more than they want it. Lesson number 4, you were becoming someone you don't recognize. Look back at who you were before the relationship. Now look at who you became. You were walking on eggshells, constantly anxious, always apologizing, always trying to predict their mood. You were losing yourself. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." God was protecting your heart by showing you, you need to leave before there's nothing left to save. Lesson number 5, God's love is nothing like this. This is the deepest lesson. You learned what God's love is not by experiencing what the narcissist's love was. A narcissist's love is conditional, manipulative, self-serving. God's love is unconditional, sacrificial, secure. 1 John 4:8 says, "God is love." The narcissist was a dark mirror. They showed you what happens when someone is incapable of real love. And in that darkness, you learn to recognize the light of God's actual love. Why God allowed it, and why you need to know this. God doesn't cause narcissists, but He allows consequences to teach us. Your pain wasn't punishment, it was protection. Every moment you spent recovering was a moment you were being rebuilt. Every boundary you set was you reclaiming yourself. Every time you chose to leave, you were choosing yourself back. Romans 8:28 says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." This doesn't mean the narcissist was good for you. It means God is taking even this painful, traumatic experience, and using it for your transformation. The hardest truth, you attracted them. This will hurt to hear, but it's true. You didn't attract them because something is wrong with you. You attracted them because something was unhealed in you. Your abandonment wound attracted someone who would abandon you emotionally. Your need to be needed attracted someone who would exploit that. Your people-pleasing attracted someone who would take advantage of it. Your faith attracted someone who would weaponize it. Narcissists are like sharks. They can smell blood in the water, and that blood was your unhealed wounds. But here's the beautiful part. Now you know what your wounds are, and now you can heal them. What needs to happen now? Stop waiting for closure. You keep hoping they'll change, apologize, or finally understand what they did. They won't. Not because they can't, but because taking responsibility would shatter their self-image. And a narcissist will do anything to protect that image. Matthew 7:6 says, "Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs." Stop casting your pearls before someone incapable of seeing their value. Stop blaming yourself. You didn't cause them to be narcissistic. You can't control them. You can't cure them. The only thing you can control is your own healing. Proverbs 14:12 says, "There is a way that appears to be right, but in the end it leads to death." Staying in the lie that you can fix them will kill your spirit. Leave that way behind. Start healing your wounds. The narcissist exploited something in you. Now it's time to heal it. This looks like therapy to understand your attachment patterns, setting firm boundaries with toxic people, learning to say no without guilt, rebuilding your identity outside of someone else's approval, reconnecting with God without using Him as a tool to fix others. Recognize what you've learned. You now have superpowers most people don't have. You can spot manipulation. You know how it feels. You can recognize red flags. You've seen them all. You know your worth isn't negotiable. You fought for it. You understand that love requires respect. You learned that lesson the hard way. You know that your peace is more important than someone else's comfort. These aren't scars, these are badges of honor. Why this happened, the real reason. God allowed the narcissist into your life because He was preparing you for the life you're meant to live. He needed you to learn that you're stronger than you think. He needed you to know that your boundaries matter. He needed you to experience the difference between fake love and real love. He needed you to stop abandoning yourself. And He needed you to be a light to others who are still trapped. For 1 Peter 1:7 says, "These have come so that the proven genuineness of your faith, of greater worth than gold, which perishes even though refined by fire, may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed." Your pain has refined you, and now you're ready for what God has next, a word of hope. What the narcissist meant for harm, God is turning into healing. Every lesson you learned is protecting your future relationships. Every boundary you set is protecting your peace. Every time you chose yourself, you were choosing God. You're not broken, you're not damaged, you're not unlovable, you're refined. And the world needs people who have survived what you've survived because they know how to love wisely, set boundaries firmly, and choose themselves courageously. Psalm 30 verse 5 says, "Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning." Your morning is coming. If this opened your eyes to what God was doing in your pain, share it with someone still trapped in the cycle. And remember, the narcissist didn't destroy you, they revealed you. And that revelation is your way forward.